Previously on Restoration, our heroes reluctantly headed underground to discover the meenlocks' nest and rid the mountains of the pests from the Feywild. Sarathiel emerged as a surprising source of inspiration to an altogether unsettled team. Extended Case Notes. Known Key Incidents. Incident A. While approximately 20 weeks pregnant with the subject, his mother, for unclear reasons, makes a magical bargain with Tiamat. The terms of the deal are not understood. Incident B. Subject is confirmed to have murdered his father, the Red Dragon Pendaron, as well as everyone in his horde and sigil, approximately 200 dead. Incident C. With sufficient magical prowess, the subject casts the spell Wish to absorb all the powers of the god Bane. This incident marks the beginning of the Red Conquests, which will last for over 600 years. Incident D. Subject unleashes a plague on Sigil. Incident E. The subject destroys Raven's Bluff, approximately 30,000 dead. F. The subject destroys Arvindor, approximately 90,000 dead. The subject destroys Mount Celestia. So Sarathiel was encouraging the team to press on, kill the meenlock, and get out of this horrible garbage place. Hands in!
Yeah.
As a group, we were deciding to go up, and it was trying to decide if we're going to the left or going to the right.
I wonder if we can, track them somehow.
I mean, wizard, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of tracking spells, okay? I took a lot of conjuring things out of thin air spells.
You sure did.
I wonder if I could get a familiar to, see if they can see anything. I still have my spider.
If we can't track anything, Sarathiel's just going to slowly backtrack and look left and right at every opportunity and see if he can look down the hallway and see if anything interesting is there.
Yes, let us press on. Literally anywhere, I don't care where.
I care.
I'm glad you care. Thanks for sharing that with the group.
It doesn't sound sincere when you say it like that.
I am always sincere.
I look at him suspiciously.
Chaz averts his gaze.
Yeah, around those points, things start to bend, so you can't see around the curves without going down.
My instinct is to that one on the right, the bottom right, looks like it opens up into a big thing. So how about we go there?
Sure. You can also send familiars down.
Yeah, if you could do that, but Sarathiel is just going to be like, let's go this way, and then go that way, unless someone stops him.
Alright, so Sarathiel heads down that way?
Yep, he's got God Eater lit up, which casts bright light in a 40-foot radius.
I feel much safer now that there is a tall, strong man in front with a shiny sword.
That's why he's here.
So your options are you can continue and go slightly up to the left, or you can go down to the right, and it looks like you might have two other choices.
Man, we're gonna get lost. I feel like we should keep going.
Alright, new scents greet you here. The musty funk of decaying fabric and old furs, and the smell of rot lingering in the stagnant air. Thick pillars of moss-covered stone support the 20-foot-high ceiling, and waist-high stone slabs dot the cavern.
Gross.
Chaz just looks at everyone and delicious.
I look at everybody else and I'm like, maybe we should go back. Maybe we should just go back to town. Have you considered that instead of doing this, we do anything else?
And as you're having that thought, you get flanked.
No!
Oh, nice!
Oh, Sarathiel doesn't like it when people flank his friends. That's not good.
No, I don't like it. That's weird. What are the chains?
Don't worry about it. I'm sure they're fine.
Okay, so the stone slabs that I mentioned, those are gross and covered with blood and filth.
Nice.
The kind of circly things are pillars.
They have chains attached to them, which is... There's never, like, a good use for long chains with manacles.
Yeah, no. Sarathiel probably entered first. They're getting an opportunity attack on you, because you didn't see them. They were hiding.
Oh, is that an attack roll?
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's about to fucking die. Sarathiel is going to rip it all the way in half for attacking his friend unawares.
Oh, it attacked you, because you were the first one that came in.
Oh, in that case, it's fine.
Let's see, that is 7 damage.
Oh no.
We just see Sarathiel like disappear around a corner and then him just go, ah! And we're like, uh-oh.
Okay, and everybody roll initiative. I feel like Viernan swears when he sees this thing attack you.
I'm fine, Vanna. Don't worry about it. I'm going to cut this thing in half. Alright, so the one that attacked him, Sarathiel is going to assume that thing will keep attacking him, and to keep the attention of the one that didn't attack him, he's going to attack that one.
Okay, so if you're looking at the picture, you guys are clustered near the entrance up in the top. The one that attacked you is in that little alcove off to the right, and there's another one off to the right. You can't necessarily see the third one.
There's the third one. Alright, well, Sarathiel is going to make himself the biggest target in the battlefield to spare his friends. He is going to vault over that little, what is it, like a stone slab for a sacrifice or some shit like that? Probably. He's going to go around that and go to the second one that he can see and roll to hit on it.
Okie dokie. That's a hit.
Alright, so God Eater is lit up, so this is going to be a total of 2d6 slashing damage and 2d6 fire damage. Shitty rolls, but that's okay, because he gets to attack it again.
No.
Okay, well, he hit it once, for a total of 9 damage.
Alrighty. So now it is Gwen's turn.
Okay, so how close are these things to each other?
They're kind of in a line-ish. So the one that Sarathiel attacked is down towards the bottom, and the one that attacked him is up at the top.
Would you say that they're within 20 feet of each other?
Yep.
So am I. I am also within 20 feet of them.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna be simpler here. I'm just gonna do Cloud of Daggers on one of them. How about that?
That sounds like a good idea.
So I'm gonna back up even further, like, and just, like, panic and edge along the wall, and then shout, "Daggers!" and then wiggle my hands at it. I'm gonna target the one that attacked Sarathiel first. How about that?
Okay, so that's the one over near the entrance. Probably a good idea, actually.
Is it, though? It's drawing its attention. Sarathiel hasn't damaged that one.
It's the one that's closest to me, and that makes me nervous, so...
Alright, it does not like that.
And I'm gonna use the rest of my action to back up as far as I possibly can.
Well, there's a very fun thing that this meenlock does in result.
No.
Yes. Nobody had time to really check out exactly what those chains and whatever are.
Uh-huh.
But the meenlock that Gwen just hit takes a run towards it, and it is a trigger. And it's triggering an explosion.
No.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah.
Sarathiel's in the middle of the fray.
Yeah, the closest one to it is actually like right by the entrance. And you would be within 5 feet, so make a dexterity save.
A dex save, okay. 14?
You're okay. You take half damage.
Okay.
I feel like we have different definitions of the words okay.
Hey, it could have been 3d6 bludgeoning damage. Instead, it's only half.
I mean, yes, but...
6 damage. Then it uses a shadow teleport bonus action to escape after triggering that.
Escape to where?
You don't know.
Fuck.
It just vanishes.
Cool.
I don't like that, but okay.
Alrighty, it is Meenlock 2's turn. It's got a tasty juice box in front of it.
Hit me. Come at me, bro.
It's gonna try.
A 15 is not a hit. That's half damage, or it's a glancing blow, so half damage.
Okay. Oh, you were supposed to make a con save last time. Oops. Oh well.
I can make it now if you want me to.
Yeah, make the con save.
14 is not a great roll, though.
Yep, you're good. Okay, so you're taking half damage, so that is... It's a piddly 3 damage.
Okay, he said 3 damage?
Yeah, I think that's all that one's gonna do. And Meenlock 3, which you had not seen over on the side, is going to... Let's see, you said the sword is throwing off light.
40-foot radius bright, and then an additional 40 feet dim light.
Okay, so everything in here is lit as a result of that. All right, so the other meenlock is going to go try to, I don't know, is it going to attack the tasty juice box, or is it going to attack the 3 that are hiding?
Sarathiel does not know it exists, but if it does attack any of his friends, he will rip its head off.
I think it's going to attack you, because it did just see explosion over by you. It didn't see necessarily what caused the other one to explode stuff. So it's going to head over and attack you.
7 does not hit me.
Nope. That's all it's going to do, and it's going to move away from you in no result. It is Viernan's turn. Viernan is afraid. He cannot approach any of the meenlocks. He is going to ask if you are okay.
He's a little scuffed up. 44 out of 60 health. He's okay.
Let's see, that's a touch spell, that's a touch spell, that's a touch spell, and you are right next to a meenlock, so he can't approach you.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's not great. But he can use Healing Word. Okay. So you will regain 1d4 plus his spellcasting modifier.
7. Okay.
It's something.
It's something. He wasn't that injured. He's okay.
And Fee is gonna, I guess, go back to hiding around the corner from this thing.
Sounds good.
It is Chaz's turn.
Okay, so the first question I have is, how long ago was it when we were in the graveyard?
Earlier today?
I remember you mentioned it was a relatively short walk, like a 20-minute walk or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, was it within 1 hour ago?
No.
Perfect. Okay, no.
No, because you went to the house and you were poking around the house, and that took a while.
Oh, so that took an hour. Okay, yeah, because I cast See Invisibility at that time.
Yeah,
and I was like,
nope.
What do I see? Okay, no, so it already wore off. Gotcha. All right, so Nick,
Also, these are not invisible, so...
the thing that poofed away, I wanted to see if I could see. I can't go near it anyway, so...
You can still attack, it's just with disadvantage.
Oh, I know, but I had an idea that I want to save it for later.
Also, you can circumvent that disadvantage if you do an area of effect spell. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I have Lotus, so he's going to tap Lotus and be like, darling, I need you to go see the boy, go see Sarathiel for me. And then I'm going to imbue her with the guidance spell and have her fly and touch Sarathiel. Right, you're in the middle of things and I can't approach, but she can.
There you go.
That's adorable.
And then I'm going to be like, okay, that's fine, and going to hide after that.
Oh, it doesn't give me advantage. It helps me on an ability check. Okay. Sarathiel isn't going to make too many ability checks, I don't think, but okay.
Just in case, yep.
Never know. Alrighty, it is Sarathiel's turn in that case.
Sarathiel's going to keep hacking at the one that attacked him.
Okay, fair.
God damn it, Sarathiel.
Nope.
Well, he's got 2 attacks. There we go, that's more like it.
Uh-huh. Yep, do that damage.
Oof, hell yeah.
Phew, nice.
And how does it look bloodied?
Yes.
In that case, Sarathiel is going to use Action Surge.
Woohoo!
He's going to push himself beyond his normal limits for a moment. On his turn, he can take 1 additional action on top of his regular action and a possible bonus action. So he's going to attack it again, twice, because that's what an action, when he takes the attack action, he can do it twice. Oh, it's a natural 20!
Oh, what? Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to roll both of these before I forget.
That one doesn't hit.
Okay, well, I'm just going to use this crit. Roll 46 plus 46.
I miss being a tank. I miss it so much.
Oh, damn!
It only had 5 left, my god.
He's making extra sure it's dead. He swings God Eater across its midsection and summarily slices it in half.
God.
And then he rounds on the other one, like, hey, are you ready to suffer the same fate? Fuck you.
I think it, automatically just takes a step back.
Chaz is just in the background like, that's hot.
Alright, I guess, Gwen, it's your turn.
Okay. How far away is the one that's left away from Sarathiel?
Alright, so you are up in the top right in the little entrance, and you can only see one, and it's in the middle. You see a corpse, of the other one, but you don't see the third.
Is it 10 feet away from Sarathiel? Or less, more? Or is he right next to it?
It's decently close.
I remember you said it scurried back a little bit after it failed to hit him.
A little bit, but not a lot. Its speed is only 30, so it used most of that getting over to you. So it's pretty close to him.
Okay, I think I can still do this because I can just angle it backwards. I'm going to cast Grease. I can basically cast Grease so cover the ground in grease in a 10-foot square.
Cue the Benny Hill song.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm going to do it so that it doesn't impact Sarathiel. So I want it to do behind the thing.
Okay.
And it has to make a dex save or fall prone.
Okay, I like it.
Oh man, if it falls prone, I get to have advantage on my next attack.
My thing is 14!
Hell yeah! Sarathiel's about to run this thing through.
It does like a comical slip like in Cartoon on Bananas, like whoop!
I feel like I run forward and I'm like, let there be oil! And then I wiggle my fingers.
Nice.
And then I sprint back as far as I can.
All right, but it is Meenlock 1's turn. It had teleported into like the tree area down at the back there, like those roots and stuff. And it is going to run over to the closest trigger. Luckily, none of the party are close enough to be hit this time. But now you have 2 out of 4 collapsed pillars.
I have concerns for the structural integrity of this cave suddenly.
I do too.
Yeah.
So the one at the bottom right is the one that just went over and triggered the second pillar to collapse. And then it vanishes again, although you can probably surmise that the only dark space around here is around those roots.
How is the ceiling looking? Is everything a little shaky, or?
It's okay. It's not too bad.
Sarathiel has an idea. Well, Sarathiel, his solution is everyone get out, and then he's going to shoot it with his longbow.
Right. We also have a wizard who likes really big spells. It's like, hey, Gwen, now's your time.
I just don't want to, like, fucking drown him, so...
Hey, he's like a golden retriever. Tell him to come, and he'll be like, okay. And
I feel like a lot of Gwen spells are like Wile E. Coyote style.
Yep. Absolutely.
It manages to stand up, and it's gonna try to attack Sarathiel, because it's just afraid at this point, and there's a giant grease puddle behind it.
come all the way at me, you angry little monster. Cut you in half like your friend. 9 doesn't hit me, fuck you.
Nope, it sure don't. It's Viernan's turn. You can cast Aid on both of you, Chaz and Gwen. Your HP maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Alright, so it's Chaz's turn.
It sure is.
Okay, make me a perception check, Chaz.
Damn, I got a nat 20.
Well, luckily a 13 is enough. You figure that you can probably just cut this fuse. You can run over to one of them.
Or I could have Lotus do that. She's floating around. Lotus! I'm like making snippings with my fingers, like snip, snip, snip. She puts it in her mouth and just goes chomp on it. Good girl. It's like, okay, Sarathiel, let's go. I did the thing.
Sarathiel looks back like a golden retriever and he says, oh, okay. So he is going to head toward you and use his momentum to attack the meenlock on the way past. Oh, that's a natural 20 again. Good lord, Sarathiel.
Ooh, what the
damn.
frick?
It's 28 damage, and he is going to use that momentum to kind of skirt around him and comes up to the entrance of the cave where you guys have been desperately calling, and he's like, yeah, what do you need? Looking at you like a golden retriever.
He's like, oh, nothing. We just need to stay out of the way because Gwen's gonna do a thing, I think.
Okay, cool.
I look around at everybody and I'm like, me? I'm gonna... Oh, wait. And then I step forward and I cast Tidal Wave. I'm also gonna shout, Wall of Water!
Technically, that's a different spell.
It can be up to 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 10 feet tall, and every creature must take a dex saving throw in the area. On a failure, they take 48 bludgeoning damage.
Well, you hear some anguished squeals, and you're pretty sure the meenlocks are done.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, one of them only had 9, and the other had 3 after Sarathiel hit it on the way past.
Can I just describe that I go and I summon this giant, I guess it's not 30 feet tall because the cavern isn't 30 feet tall, but I make it as tall as the building possibly is, and then I do feel like for comedic effect, it soaks the rest of us. I aim it towards the wall, but it definitely comes back.
A wet Sarathiel, are you sure? Think about this.
Uh-oh.
All that long black hair clinging to his face, are you sure?
I didn't think about this, but it's too late. It's already done, Tessa. But yeah, I do think there's I shout wall of water very loudly, and there's just this giant ocean wave that just comes up and just crashes over the whole room and soaking everything. And then a couple seconds later, it just comes back and hits all of us in the face.
It's all right.
Sarathiel coughs a little bit. He just sort of shakes his head off like a dog.
I get up off the ground because I definitely fell down. And I go, "Ooh, that was a bit of a kick to it."
Sarathiel thumps you on the back. Well done.
Yeah.
That was quite a lot of water you pulled out of nowhere.
I look at it nobody's ever said nice things about me before, and I'm like, really? Do you think they're still out there?
The meenlocks? No, I'm pretty sure you crushed them to death under that wall of water.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I mean, we can see one of the corpses floating in this, inch of water.
This is definitely overkill, but I don't care. How are the pillars?
You should probably get out of there. They're okay, but,
there's only two.
The two that were blown up were, not great.
Yeah, let's not go that way.
I look at the little, stone tables. Are they clean now?
Uh-huh. The water's not.
Gross.
All right, let's leave. That's gross. Right, well, I, for one, would love a bath. Let's go.
Oh, same.
Oh, that would be delightful.
Do we think that was all of them? Or are there more? Or
Sarathiel is satisfied. We're out of initiative order. That's good enough for Sarathiel's tiny brain. Sarathiel goes to check on Viernan.
He's all right.
He was very engaged in the battle. He saw that Viernan didn't take any damage or anything like that. He's just giving him a once over, is he trembling? Is he physically shaking from fear still, or has he come to his senses a bit?
No, he seems to be coming back to his senses. He's not. He seems to be okay.
Sarathiel cracks a smile and pats him on the back, says, "Well done. Thank you for the healing. That was good. Anyway, let's get out of this shitty, terrible, awful place." Sarathiel wrings his hair out as he leads the way back out.
Chaz averts his gaze. He does not watch that.
Sarathiel doesn't notice. He's back. His back is to Chasmere. He doesn't. He needs to visually see it to understand that it's happening.
No, V doesn't notice that. V also doesn't avert his eyes from the hair wringing, but it's because he's tired and cranky and just wants to get out of here.
A man is only so strong.
Exactly. So you guys make it back out of the mine. Is anybody looking around as you head out now that you're not all freaking out?
Yeah, Chaz definitely wants to have, looking around, yeah.
Nah, Sarathiel, that's really not his bag.
I'm slightly less scared now that we've done this whole deal, so I think I'm probably curious.
Gwen and Chaz, make me a perception roll.
Hey!
Chaz, you notice as you're headed out, and particularly as you're in the part of the mine that was actual mine as opposed to this weird meenlock layer, you notice that there are some pretty big chunks of gemstones in the mine as well, which seems a little odd because this was a platinum mine.
Yeah, that's real weird. He definitely makes a note of that. Wait, wasn't this a platinum mine?
What are you talking about?
Gemstones.
Is that a sapphire? That's weird.
Is platinum not gemstones?
He just sort of pats Sarathiel no.
This isn't what mines are like? I just thought they all had jewels hanging around.
Yeah, same.
Not mines that are for ore.
No, that's for metals. So do you think that everything underground is just full of shiny rocks? Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not what's true?
Kind of.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, but no.
Well, now I know that. And he immediately forgets it.
Well, I don't know. It's not unheard of to have multiple things. Maybe it's just a side effect of the meenlocks or something.
Maybe.
Cursed. Just going by the vibes of that place.
They were rancid vibes, I agree. Right. Well, it's worth mentioning to the innkeep, I suppose.
General notes per Supervisory Agent Tuval.
Sarathiel the God-Eater ravaged the plains for nearly 600 years after he absorbed the god Bane via the Wish spell, see Incident C. He is considered a high-value target for temporal correction, as his neutralization would prevent well over 20 million deaths throughout the planes over the course of his lifetime. The Board of Planar Temporal Supervisors has deemed this subject threat level 10, cataclysmic. Termination is authorized by any means necessary. The subject is hostile and extremely dangerous, but should be easier to neutralize before the events of Incident C, which gave him godlike powers. In the event of failure, APTAP has authorized going back further in his personal timeline for neutralization.
Mission, codename Firefight. Mission status, failure. All deployed agents dead. Per Agent Bessinger.
Why did we think this would work? He was a world-class sorcerer even before he absorbed Bane. We're still cleaning up what's left of Wainwright with a dustpan and a pastry scraper. We need a better strategy than kill the God Eater.
It's nighttime now, like well and truly night. Do you want to travel at night, or do you want to try to find a place to hunker down in the village?
I do not trust this village, even with the meenlocks dead.
It does seem like a bad idea.
It's cursed.
Yeah, you guys needed a horse, and it was an overnight trip to get from the village to here.
So if we're traveling at night, we're going to be traveling all night, essentially, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Sarathiel doesn't trust it, so he'll volunteer to stay up and keep watch while the rest of you...
Most of us trance.
Chaz is just going to ask Gwen, well, how tired are you?
It's been a very long day.
You did use tidal wave. That's quite a lot of water.
Sarathiel ruffles his hair.
We could probably make camp outside of the town, then it's not as, creepy.
Oh, I feel like everywhere around here is creepy, so it doesn't really matter.
So you guys find a place, and it sounds like you make camp.
Definitely outside the town.
It does feel a lot less spooky and haunted now, which is nice. So you think that you might have cleared all the meenlocks out of it.
Mission 2, codename Dungeon Delve. Acquire subject phylactery. Mission status, failure. Per Agent Bessinger.
In fairness to Talana, we did anticipate that the God Eater would guard his phylactery behind magical traps. What we didn't anticipate was that activating the traps would cause the phylactery to teleport to a secondary, unknown location. No further action can be pursued until the location of the secondary dungeon is discovered.
Per Agent Talana.
It's actually a devilishly clever device. The phylactery was in a box with a teleportation sigil carved inside that was rigged to teleport the contents to another box with a matching teleportation sigil somewhere else. It's probably on another plane of existence, if he's smart, and he is, in another dungeon. The box itself was stuck to a stone pedestal with sovereign glue, and unless we want to fight our way back through the dungeon with universal solvent, we're SOL. I hate it. It's clever, but I hate it.
Mission, codename Right Stuff. Re-education in adolescence. Mission status, failure. Per Agent Bessinger.
I want to be very clear. This failure was not on Sarathiel, but on the system. I also want it on record that there were multiple APTAP agents who set this poor boy up for failure with their preconceived notions of crimes he had not yet committed. We took a child who had suffered horrific abuse, stuffed him into a windowless box, and expected him to be fine? His blood and the blood of his handler are on our hands. Re-education indeed. He never had a chance.
Per Supervisory Agent Tuval.
The board has cleared to replace Agent Bessinger. See attached Memorandum 45-2201A. After the subject's suicide, the timeline compensated. The secondary subject, we believe a childhood friend of the subject, rose in his place and wreaked similar destruction. The board has cleared for further attempts at subject termination. We're running out of childhood. We need to be careful on future attempts. The administrant is taking over personally. God's willing, she'll be able to solve this once and for all.
Mission 5, codename Firefight 3, termination in childhood. Mission status, failure. Per Administrant Oriana. I am going to submit for a different response team for future attempts. No one's under the illusion that this job is palatable, but it needs to be done. The agents deployed to Sigil for Firefight 3 have submitted written statements explaining their dereliction of duty, or conscientious objection, whatever they prefer to call it. I am recommending termination of employment with AppTap. If you aren't capable of doing the job, you shouldn't have submitted your CV. Mission, codename Firefight 4. Mission status, scrubbed. Per Administrator Oriana. Someone, Davik, went over my head to submit a formal written complaint about my methods with the board, and now the plug on Firefight has officially been pulled. Since no one asked my opinion, I'll share it here. Trying to coddle away the impulse to murder 20 million people across 4 planes isn't going to work. But the board has voted against me, so I'm bound to put together cradle robbing. I hope their sense of compassion hasn't doomed this organization. Mission, codename, cradle robbing. Extraction in infancy. Mission status, ongoing. Per Administrator Oriana. The key here is going to be control. Controlling his magic, controlling his nature. Both are known to be deadly, and both must be controlled if this extraction is going to be successful. We don't have a second shot at this. He's been removed from his timeline, so any failure, our timeline will pay the price. See below a list of suggested methods for control per our artificing team. As soon as he's old enough to be self-aware, I want him monitored for any signs of non-compliance. Failure to respond or to document any of these incidents could be deadly. Appropriate responses must be taken immediately. If all fail, we will continue with termination. I don't give a damn about the ethical considerations. His life is not worth 20 million.
All right, so you guys rest up, and the trip back is pretty uneventful. The weather is better, at least. That thunderstorm has passed on. And you make it back to the inn where you got the quest.
Sarathiel heads up to the bar, and he probably looks a little worse for wear. Like he's been on the road for a couple days.
Yeah, but it's Sarathiel, so, you know.
Yeah, it just adds to his charm, yeah. It's like, yeah, his hair is greasy and stringy, but it just falls around his face in such a perfect frame. He leans over the bar and says, well, I have good news. We killed all the meenlocks. Yeah, there were 3 of them, but they're dead now.
What the hell's a meenlock?
You don't want to know, honestly, trust me. And also we lay the flowers on your wife's grave, and my condolences, sir.
I grab the locket, and I sort of delicately place it in front of him.
He definitely tears up when he notices that. Thank you so much. All of you.
That's why we're here, I assume.
What is that supposed to mean?
Chaz is going to mention the gemstones, though, at least. Oh, by the way, we also found on the way out there are gemstones in your platinum mine.
That's bizarre. Huh.
Indeed.
I'll mention it if any miners come through.
It's also now full of stinky water.
Just to avoid the part with the stinky water. You know, just the gems. Focus on the gems.
Right, exactly. Just don't go that way. Mm-hmm.
His face, he doesn't quite know what to say to that. And he's an innkeeper. He's used to being gregarious and talking with people, but all right, adventurers are weird, but thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I think Vernon is going to ask, is there any chance we could spend a night here? And do you happen to have a bath? Lucas just nods and is like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll get you some rooms, and I'll make sure that some water's sent up for bath.
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent.
Per Handler Lambert.
The subject shows an extremely high level of intelligence for his age. At scarcely a year old, he's speaking in grammatically correct, lengthy sentences. He has shown some signs of opposition to authority, though nothing unusual for a child of his age. He will be monitored and problematic behavior corrected with conditioning. No signs of his magic manifesting yet. With sorcerers, it typically won't appear until adolescence. Sarathiel has proved a voracious reader, though perhaps this shouldn't be surprising, as he's given very little else to do. I spoke with the administrator about possibly finding him work on par with some of our interns. A mind like his will not suffer idleness well, and he's nearly 14 now, though, with all the intelligence of a man twice his age. He's growing up to be quite the little heartbreaker. Those who see him can't help but remark how handsome he is. Subject is showing some combative tendencies against his handler and certain members of staff. Per the administrant's direction, we've escalated to Method 2. The amulet seems to be working well, cutting him off from the fire he attempted to fling at my head yesterday. He says it was an accident. That is possible, but we don't want to take any chances.
Per Administrant Oriana. We'll look into the accusations of some of the staff regarding Dr. Lambert's behavior toward the subject. If there's any proof of misconduct, it will be turned over to the proper authorities. For now, though, all we know for sure is Dr. Lambert suffered a disfiguring attack at the hands of the subject. In any case, the corrective action has already been carried out and is irreversible. I feel no remorse about it. We cannot afford to take risks with a man capable of genocide. Dr. Pallanti has been reassigned upon her promotion. I expect her record of assiduousness will be useful. I want the subject monitored strictly for behavior problems. Per Handler Pallanti.
I worked with the subject while he was still in Dr. Lambert's care, just briefly as a consult, but the young man I've come to know is very different. I suppose this means the suppression mark is working as intended? I just have to wonder about the ethics of it. The boy I remember was a font of curiosity. He made me explain how his circulatory system worked just because he liked to learn. Now he has trouble remembering what a horse is. With what we've learned about Dr. Lambert, surely we should look into a method of undoing the suppression mark? Young sorcerers have documented trouble controlling their magic when in a stressful situation, so surely it was a bit of an overreaction to Brandon like this.
Per Administrant Oriana. Let this record show I am tired of kowtowing to those who preach compassion for one elf while forgetting compassion for his 20 million potential victims. His suppression mark will not be removed. The God-Eater was a mass-murdering, God-devouring, plane-conquering tyrant. The mere potential of his emergence is worth an abundance of caution. I'd have thought this organization would have learned that by now. Dr. Pallanti is being reassigned. Dr. Dwyer will take over.
So once you guys are rested again properly, you can probably check in on, the reason you came through that portal.
We're chasing some dude, I think.
Alaric Drake.
Yay! Somebody wrote notes!
Lucas says he thinks maybe he knows where he is, right? But we have to do this thing for him first.
Right.
Is it sleepover time, by the way? Are we, hunkering down for the night?
Sure.
Great, because Viernan, I have some words for you.
V is probably all right with this now that he's had a bath and doesn't smell like that water anymore.
Mm-hmm. He definitely, Chaz is he understands.
That would put Gwen in with the boy, which is also weird.
Gwen is too scared of adults to be, sexually attracted to the boy. I mean, he's, objectively, he's very pretty, obviously, but he's way too terrified.
Sarathiel's fine with sleeping in the same room with whoever. He's very easy.
Yeah, we'll go with those room arrangements. That's fine. Viernan is just checking on all of his gear and whatever as his hair dries. It's probably one of the only times you've seen it down, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Letting his hair down. Ho-ho!
Metaphor.
As he's drying it, Chaz just sort of absently says, "Hey, V."
Yeah, Chaz?
About earlier, on our way here, I may have said things that angered you.
What, like talking about my family?
That, specifically exactly that, yes.
What about it, Chaz?
Listen, I'm not good at this, but it's clear that you care about them a lot, and I didn't mean to upset you, and I'm sorry.
I think Viernan looks up at you and is just a little startled, because you're being remarkably serious for once.
Right, and I hate this, so don't ever talk about it again. We've apologized, so good night now.
Chaz, thank you.
Okay, this is really awkward now, V, but you're welcome.
If you're really that allergic to feelings, you can go room with Gwen.
I don't know anything. I don't have a family, so I don't understand you. I'm sorry if I'm being insensitive.
It's I hadn't thought about it that way. I'm so used to getting shit from every corner about my family, having grown up in the city.
That's what? What do you mean, shit?
They feel that it's selfish. That we're just too focused on ourselves and not thinking about what had to happen for these souls to come back.
Well, they don't know you and they don't know your family, do they?
Hanky just gives you a small smile and just reaches out. Like, he knows you're pretty much allergic to any affection and seriousness, but he just kind of reaches over and grabs your shoulder. Just, thank you.
He's like, cool, now seriously, that's enough. That's enough serious talk. Let's go to sleep.
Thought you were going to suggest a nightcap. All right.
Chaz is like, nope, we're done now.
The shop is dingy, but so is everything else in Avernus. The elf is savvy enough to know that you should never judge a book by its cover. He breezes up to the counter, directly past a large blue devil, eyeing what are clearly some cursed amulets. The shopkeep, red fur dully reflecting golden candlelight, looks up and smirks.
Well, Bell. Didn't think I'd run into you again for another few centuries at least. Last favor run out so soon.
The elf, Bell, smirks. Not exactly. I recently came into a bit of information I think you might find useful. And I found a decent bottle of wine to share it over. He produces the bottle from his bag and sets it on the counter. The shopkeep is silent a moment as she eyes the vintage, an aging bottle of Barovian red, then nods and turns her attention to the devil looking at amulets.
My prices are higher than you can afford. Try down the street.
The devil opens its mouth to protest, but slinks away in dejected silence when it's met with an icy glare. As efficient as ever, Bell observes.
So, you're giving away a tip for free, eh? You're worse than the fools I just ferried down the river Malbolge. One of them traded their luck for a memory, poor sod.
Nice try, but no. You and I both know how it works. I want something in return. The shopkeep sniffs.
Well, it's worth a shot. I'm fresh out of artifacts at the moment, but I do have a lead on a prime copy of the Lex Arcana.
Extremely tempting, but I have something a little different in mind. He produces a slim paper file out of the same bag from which he'd pulled the wine. I could use a hand with this. She flips the file open and spends a few minutes reading through it, only to gesture dismissively.
If this is all you need me for, you're losing your touch. Just sharpen one of those fancy daggers you're so fond of, and...
I need something that won't kill the bearer. Can you do it or not, Shemeshka? Hey everyone, Val here. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Crit Fail Club, Restoration. If you can't wait to hear what happens next, check out our Discord server for episodes in pre-release, or to listen in live as we record. You can join us by going to bit.ly/cfcdiscord. For more information on the show, character biographies, and links to social media, head to our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. We don't advertise at all, so if you like what you hear, tell a friend who might also enjoy the show, post on social media about it, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Full episodes are available on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/cfcchannel, or on other major podcast platforms. Thanks again for tuning in.